Hey guys, this is DontCallTechSupport, and today I need your help. I need your help deciding which RTX 3070 card to test, and here is the Founders Edition. So this is the Founders Edition, and in my humble opinion, it is one of the nicest cards I have seen in a really long time. I really like the clean look of this thing, and I don't like the 12-pin connector, I have to say. I don't like that. It looks a bit... If you've seen some of the RTX 3080 unboxing videos, then you have probably seen the hideous adapter. And, well, I don't want to have that in my machine, but the rest of the card is so very good looking. I love the sleek black plate. I love this. It looks really good. But I probably won't test this because I'm assuming this card will have a lot of coverage, so I would probably rather test some of the cards that won't receive as much coverage. So here is the Strix model, which will probably also receive a lot of coverage, and I probably won't test that, but we'll take a look at it anyway. So it has triple fans and a beefy heatsink, as most of the Strix cards usually have, actually. These are what was the axial tech, I believe they call it. So they have the ring around. It's supposed to help the orientation of... No, not the orientation. It's supposed to help the airflow go where it's supposed to go, apparently. And you can see here they have taken a page out of Gigabyte's book, so the center fan spins in the opposite direction of the outer fans, which Gigabyte have done for quite some time, and now Asus does it as well. Heatsink looks really beefy and will probably be very cool and probably very cold, which is a good thing. But it has a major issue. Well, two. Well, one major issue and one probably less major. So the less major issue is the hideous GeForce RTX logo here. I like the RGB strip, looks pretty good. Everything else looks really clean. Simple, not too fancy, you know. But this logo looks like an afterthought. It looks like they just slapped it on there after they had designed the rest of the card. And that, I don't like that. But there is a potential solution. If we look at the back side of the card, let's see if we can get it a bit larger here. There are two screws, one here, and I am guessing these screws are holding the RTX logo in place, so you could potentially remove these two screws and throw that hideous logo away. Then you would have a much nicer card, in my opinion. Maybe you like the logo, then just leave it on there. The backplate looks pretty good. It has a cutout here for the heatsink, so the airflow can go straight through. And I am assuming this logo lights up. I'm not sure. They have on previous Strix cards, and there's another GeForce RTX logo right here, but that doesn't look as bad as the one on the front. Yeah, so I believe the first card that had this heatsink overhang, or had the heatsink overhang from the PCB and let the airflow flow straight through, I believe that was the Sapphire Nitro Fury card, and I believe it actually worked pretty good. I think it worked decently. I'm not sure. Anyway, the major issue with this card is the price, at least in this country, in Norway. So here you can see the price. Here's the Strix model. The OC model is 7,990 Norwegian kroner, and the other one is 7,690. So this probably won't mean much to you, but let me show you the RTX 3080 price. Here, 8,000. 8,000, that's 10 kroner more. That's about $1 more. So the 3070 Strix model costs the same as the low end, including Founders Edition RTX 3080 cards, which will probably be perfectly good and will of course perform a lot better than the Strix 3070 because there are 3080 and they're not 3070s. A 3070 for the same price as a 3080 is insane. You would have to be absolutely bonkers to buy this, in my opinion anyway. Maybe you like to throw money out the window, I don't know, but this thing is just, I'm sorry, it's so frustrating. Why can't they price them properly? Why does it have to be the same price as the 38? Who in there? Okay, I'm sorry, I'm gonna stop. It's just frustrating, it's all. So here's the 5,750, that's the MSRP price in Norway. That's the same price as the Founders Edition. And then they are these dual cards from Asus. They are priced a bit higher, and we will take a look at them next. Here is the dual model. It has 2 fans, hence the dual, and it has a white accent thing here with some LEDs, which looks pretty good. And yeah, the backplate looks okay, I think, anyway, and nothing special, just looks okay. Heatsink looks to be decent. I think this is, yeah, so this is slightly more than dual slot card, and the heatsink looks to be pretty decent. I think this is one of the better dual fan cards. We will take a look at some of the other ones in a minute, but I think this thing actually should be okay. But there is a problem. Again, the price, as you saw, it is, at least in this country, it's more than the Founders Edition, and it has an extra HDMI port if that's something you care about, but yeah, I don't. So I would get the Founders Edition over this because I think it looks better, and well, we will of course have to wait and see how it performs, but it will probably perform at least on par with this, I would think. I guess we'll have to wait and see, but yeah, if you want me to test this card, just let me know down below and I will keep that in mind when I buy. So I will probably only test 2 cards, maybe 3, because I am really busy these days, so I don't have as much time as I had with the previous launch. Here's another dual fan model from MSI. This is the Ventus. I don't have a price on this yet, but okay, let's see here. Okay, so this thing is not gonna be very good, I'm guessing. I don't think this will be very good. You can see the heatsink here. It's not very large. This looks to be a dual slot design, and this card has 220 watt TDP. So okay, so for reference, I have a GTX 1070 from MSI, their Gaming X model from way back now, and that thing is really good. It's quiet, it's cool, but that thing's only 150 watt TDP. This thing is 220 watts, so that cooler on this card would not be as good. It would probably not be good at all. And this thing looks to use a similar style cooler or heatsink, dual fans. I don't... Well, actually, this thing looks to be smaller than the Gaming X, because the Gaming X is quite a bit taller than the PCIe bracket, the 1070 Gaming X. So, yeah, I don't think... I would steer clear of this. I would not get this. Not if you want something that's cool and quiet. And if you want something that's cheap, just buy the Founders Edition. It should be good. Here's another MSI Ventus model, and this thing I really like. I'm very excited about this thing. Really. I really want to test this one. Please let me know if you'd like me to test this. I am strongly leaning this way. I really want to test this card. So this is a triple fan design again, and they use the MSI Gaming X fans from the previous generation Gaming X cards, the 20 series. I believe this is Torx 3 fan, something like that. And let's see, I believe Tech Power Up had some better images. Just give me a second here. Yeah, so this thing looks, this is a triple slot design. It will take up 3 slots, or 2 point something. It will take up 3. It doesn't matter if it's 2.7 or 2.9, it's 3, okay? Here's the heatsink. It's really beefy. I really like that. This thing should be good. And there's no LEDs though, so if you want RGB lighting, then you probably don't want this model. But I think this thing looks like a really good alternative to some of the top-end models. The cooling should be very good and really quiet. The only thing I'm not sold on is the backplate. I think it looks okay. I'm not a huge fan of these gray things here. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 heat pipes, at least on this side. Oh, this thing should be good. Length 30 centimeters, 30.5, 305 millimeters. Yeah, so it's big, but yeah, I'm excited by this. I want to test this, but we'll have to wait and see. So here's another dual slot model. This is the Zotac Twin Edge. And backplate looks okay. It has the writing the correct way, or the correct orientation. On the 2070 Super Zotac card I tested, the writing on the backplate was the wrong way, which was slightly annoying to me anyway. The right fan here is a bit larger and has a bit different design than the left fan for some reason, don't know why. I'm guessing this thing is not gonna be very good either. I put it in the same ballpark as the Ventus 2X because here's the heatsink. That's a fairly slim heatsink. It looks really similar to the heatsink on the 1070 Gaming X that I have, so I don't think this thing is gonna be... It will probably be okay, but it's... Okay, so it's going to be either very loud because it has to ramp up the fans to keep cool, or it's going to be really hot because it doesn't have the surface area to handle the 3070. But we will have to wait and see. I don't think this thing is going to be any good, and I don't really feel like testing it. But if you want me to test it, just let me know down below and I'll keep it in mind. As I said, I do want to test at least 2 models, preferably 3, but at least 2. And the Ventus 3X is probably going to be one of those. And maybe this is another, I don't know. You tell me. Another gaming MSI card is the Gaming X. This is not it. I have to find it. Give me a second. Here. So this is the 3070 Gaming X from MSI. And it does have RGB lighting. The logo here is illuminated and it has an RGB LED strip on the side of the card. And I think it looks pretty good, actually. I quite like it. But I'm a bit worried about the price, because if this thing is going to be as expensive as the Strix model, then I don't see the point. And stay frosty, thermal padding, yeah. MSI got a lot of flack for their thermal pads on the memory chips on the was it the RTX 5700 XT cards, I believe. I think it was those cards, yeah. This thing looks pretty good. I wouldn't be opposed to testing it, but I will have to wait for the price, because any card that costs within 10% of the 3080 is, in my opinion, pointless, because I would much rather have 3080 because it's going to be a lot faster, probably, than 3070. So, yeah. Here we have a Galax model. I don't know if you guys have any experience with Galax models. They are slightly difficult to get a hold of in this country, so I can't promise I will test it. But if you want me to, then just leave a comment and let me know, and I will see what I can do. Yeah, I think that's all the cards I'm going to go through. There are some more cards on the tech power-up list here, but... Please do let me know which card you want to see and which cards you are excited by. And thank you so much for watching this. And thank you for your input, if you have any. If not, that's fine. Don't worry. I'll just test the MSI 3X and one of the other cards. I didn't look at any of the Gigabyte cards because they haven't released any 3070 cards yet. I haven't been able to find any anyway. I'm assuming they will look similar to the 3080 cards, and if they do, then honestly, I I don't like the design of the Gigabyte 3080 cards, but maybe that's just because I'm weird, I don't know. So I'm not too excited, but if you want me to test them, just let me know down in the comments which cards you want me to test, and thank you so much for watching. I'm going to end this video here. Farewell for now, and I will see you in the next video, which should be a laptop overview of an Lenovo Yoga something with an AMD CPU. It's great. I was going to release that several weeks ago, but I've been busy. Anyway, okay, I'm going to stop now. Thank you for watching. Farewell.